Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome to the International Fab Talks. This is Andrea, and today I have a lovely guest with me joining us all the way from Madurai. We have many guests from different age groups and different genders, different geographical locations from India and abroad. We have to thank them for their time, we have to thank them for their thought process and for creating awareness with regard to either their professional expertise, their personal lives, or it could be a social cause. We've had several guests, and today we're going to celebrate the journey of a young individual, a very inspiring person. I'm sure you will really enjoy the session with none other than our celebrity guest who's here with us. Would you like to know who is he? Yes, I'm going to share his name. I won't keep it a secret any longer. He is none other than Satya Rubin. He's joining us all the way from Madurai. Let's get to know more about this young gentleman. He's all of 20, and that makes him extra special, right? Hello, Rubin, and welcome to the session. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Andrea, ma'am. It's a honor to be a part of Fab Talks. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Ruben. Thank you for joining. Thank you for accepting the invitation. It's always a joy and pleasure when someone gives you the respect that you deserve and appreciate your work. So, Ruben, thank you so much for accepting the invitation. It's really a joy. Without much wasting time or without me taking extra time to explain and tell things, I would allow or request, it's not allow, I would request Satya Rubin to share about himself. Who is the real Satya Rubin? How would you like to define yourself today for us on the International Fab Talks?
Okay, so as a person, it's like two different people. People who don't know me really think me as a silent kid who doesn't talk to anyone, who's quiet, introverted like that. But once you get to know me, and if you ask my close friends or my relatives or anyone who's in my inner circle, they tell the exact opposite of who you think I am. I'm a bit extroverted and I like to talk a lot. Most people just don't like to talk to anyone, but as far as I'm concerned, I like to talk a lot about anything with my close friends, relatives, my parents, and even strangers in certain cases. So to introduce myself, hi, I'm Satya Ruben. I finished my undergraduate degree in commerce in the American College. I graduated this year, and now I'm a COO of Syncom Agritech. Syncom Agritech is a Japanese company. We have been working in India for the past 3 years, and I've been part of Syncom for the past 2 years. Thank you.
Wow, that's really interesting. And I like the way you introduce yourself at the start. I could relate with you. I mean, I could resonate with what you've shared because even I come across as an introvert, but I open up in front of the right kind of people, and I love to talk with all kinds of people. Like, if I love to talk with all kinds of people, family, friends, and strangers, of course. Today we both are strangers today on the International Fab Talks, but now we know each other. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing that because many of them will resonate. I'm very quiet. People think I'm an introvert, but the truth is I love good company and I love the right kind of company. Don't you agree, Ruben?
Yeah, sure. I do agree with you.
That's really nice. You've recently graduated, as you mentioned, like
Yeah,
you were studying in the American College of Madurai, right?
yeah.
Yes. And you're lucky enough to get a chance to work with a Japanese company. Now,
Yes.
there's a story behind it. That's what I have understood. Share that story. What is the story behind you connecting with a Japanese businessman and he being, lucky enough to have you in his company, if I could put it in that way? Over to you.
Okay. My mom works in a company called Agro Food Trade Center. It's um, it's it's a central government funded organization. So there they have organized a Japanese language class for businessmen. So I got a chance to be part of the small cohort, which was just 20 people. So I joined there, and Mr. Iji Yamamura came there as a guest speaker to talk about the business opportunities between India and Japan. So he handed out me his card, and he was staying in a hotel near Virudunagar Karyapati. So I requested to meet with him the following week. And then when I met with him, we had a talk for about half an hour. We talked about various things about my interests, about his interests, about what Syncom's doing and everything. And then my major motive of meeting him was at that time I was planning to do my master's in management abroad. And for that, one of the prerequisite is international working experience. So I wanted him to help me with securing a internship in Japan or elsewhere. But when I said this to him, he offered me a job on the spot. He was willing me to take me in for the role of project implementation manager. At that time, I had little to no knowledge about what Syncom was doing, about the cotton sector, about his other activities like biochar, t-shirt production, etc. But I was willing to learn and grow with the company. Since it was a startup, it was just a year old baby like kind of thing. So I opted to grow with the company, and now I have a pretty good hand on what they're doing and what's up for us in the future.
Interesting to know that you met this person and both of you gelled very well, and he has seen potential in you, and that is why I guess he's given you that post. That's really nice. It's good to always collaborate with people within our country and beyond our geographical locations. Now, Dia, you are connected with the agricultural sector, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
if you could explain what kind of a role is it and what kind of projects are you connected with?
Okay, so generally, Syncom Agritech uh, handles the whole supply chain. Our project is called Farm to Fashion. From the farm gate, we reach the fashion sector. So we start by currently we are farming around 2,000 acres in Virudhunagar, Sivagangai, and Ramanad area. And we support the farmers in every way. We provide them seeds, fertilizers, weeding equipments, and we also fund their farming process. And at the end, we pay a higher price than the normal cotton acquisition cost in the area for about 25% more than the local price. And we acquire the cotton from them because the cotton is up to our specifications. It is completely organic and it's not adulterated in any way. If we buy cotton from other farmers or other vendors, it might be adulterated. They might have used some harsh chemicals, which we might not know at the initial stages. So, since we are monitoring the entire process, we are willing to buy the cotton at a premium price. So, we do that, we acquire the cotton, we then send it to the spinning mills, ginning mills at our own cost, and then we send it to a knitting factory in Tirupur, and then we export it as t-shirts to the major apparel brands in Japan and Europe. And we're also thinking about the possibility of collaborating to some apparel brands in India as well.
Wow, that's interesting. That's really, really interesting. Excellent, Ruben. That's a wonderful journey which you shared. And we hope to see that India and Japan works on this and, help the farmers to get a better, profit or maybe a
Yeah.
better wages or, I mean, for their hard work. They should be paid well for all that they are doing. And of course, the company also should rise and shine in the right way. Japan is known as the land of the rising sun, if I'm not mistaken, yes?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Durban, we'd love to know what is it that you like about Japan? You might have heard about Japan a lot, right from childhood till date. You haven't been there, I know that, but you're working for a Japanese company. That is also very clear. What I'd love to know, and our viewers, what they would love to know is what is it that you like about Japan?
I like how beautiful Japan is. The cities are very clean, they are structured, and I love the cherry blossoms, the pink flowers, and everything. It looks so cute to me. And if I would like to visit Japan, this would be one of the main reasons cherry blossoms.
Wow, that's really nice. Are there any plans to visit Japan in the near future?
Yeah, there are. Even though it's not a trip, it's an official trip. So I hope there is time for me to roam around and have some fun.
How nice. That's really nice. Now, why did you take up a job at such a young age? Because you see, people go and complete their masters, they will go beyond to complete their MPhil and PhD, etc., and then take up a job. You're one lucky one to get an offer early in life. So, did you take it up, or did you want it, or did you got it at that moment and you picked it up, like you accepted it? How could you explain this?
I'm not ruling out the possibility of doing a master's in the near future. I'd just like to mention that. And like for one of the main reasons I joined this company was to develop my CV because I don't believe in joining a master's as soon as finishing my undergraduate studies. I like to work for some time, gain some real life work experience, and then do a master's. While searching for where to do my master's, I found an exciting program called Masters in Management, which is offered by few top business schools in Europe. One of the prerequisites for this program is international working experience or any kind of working experience. I mean, they only select the cream of the crop. So, in order to develop my profile, I took this job to enrich myself. And at that time, I took for that reason. But nowadays, I think I have fell in love with my job. I like what we are doing, and I like my company, and I see myself working here for a bit longer than I thought.
Thank you so much, Ruben, for sharing that. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Do you consider yourself lucky?
Yes, I do consider myself very lucky because not a lot of people get this kind of opportunity at a very young age, and I'm very grateful for it.
That's really nice. You see, you just shared a nice word with us, grateful. In
Yes,
today's world, many of the children, the youth, the middle aged, and senior citizens, a few of them, are ungrateful for what all they have. They keep always complaining and grudging against the things that they already have. But when you use the word grateful, you have to be grateful for every single thing that you have, the good and the bad.
yes,
That's what they say, the
yes,
people
yes.
who have gained a lot of wisdom. So, how would you like to explain the term gratefulness in a larger term?
Mm. I mean, if you take me as example, I've got great parents, great relatives, and there are a few things which I wish to happen, it didn't, and that has led me to different avenues. So I'm grateful that those things didn't happen, and I'm grateful for the things which have happened as a result of it. So, I mean, when things don't go your way, you just have to deal with what you have in your hands and make a great deal out of it.
Yes, dear. Thank you so much, Ruben, for sharing that. Ruben, I would love to know about your school life. What kind of a school life did you have? I mean, were the students, your classmates good to you, your schoolmates good to you, or were there, some bullies, or you could say people who rag, especially they rag the introverts, and they create a lot of chaos in their lives if you do not retaliate back, or if you do not join their group or gang. So how did you face your school life? Was it smooth, or did you have any hiccups?
It was smooth to some extent. I mean, we usually have some hiccups. I was always in a friends group. I wasn't the lonely kid or the silent kid. My teachers generally complain to my parents that I'm very mischievous in class. I talk a lot. I run around the school, around the corridors, jump in the benches, etc. So uh, I was school life was quite interesting. When we talk about school life, I like to talk about two different things. For the first grade to fourth grade, I was in Chandigarh. Chandigarh school life was very different because I just have started learning Hindi back then, and we had to shift to Chandigarh from Madurai. It was quite challenging in the beginning, but after some time, I started to blend in, get some friends in Chandigarh. I was quite an active student back then in school as well. And when we came back here, I felt at home. I got a lot of nice friends in school. I used to talk a lot of with them. We used to hang out after school, play near my house cricket and everything. Um, I think that school helped me back a little bit. They didn't let me play. They didn't let me talk with my friends like that. So, I mean, if they did, it would set a bad example for others. I mean, like that. I understand from school's point of view, but I like my school experience. I like my teachers. There are a lot of teachers who are like friends with me. I give them a call now and then and talk about them. Like it's nice.
That's really nice. You're giving due respect to your teachers and you remember them. That's really nice. Would you like to? pinpoint any one particular teacher who has had a great, influence on your life?
Hmm. There are not, I mean, I do not wish to pinpoint one particular teacher. There are few actually. Um, I like my headmasters, every one of them, from Mariappan sir, A.K. Srinivasan sir, and Ganesan sir. I mean, at a later stage, he departed from the school. He quit the job, but he was the headmaster for me for a year. So I think I liked him. These three of them taught me a lot of things. I went to tuitions to every single one of them. So I know them at a personal level. It's great.
Excellent. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing that. But you've just mentioned tuitions, right?
Yeah.
Tuitions are important. I was one to share, let me share that honestly. I was suffering from jaundice when I was in the sixth class. So my family members, they enrolled me for a tuition session with my class teacher. And I hated tuitions and I would just escape the tuitions. And I would go home and tell that I will study on my own. I don't want to attend tuitions. So I was that kind of a person. But I believe that tuitions could transform a person and enable them to score well. I did it on my own and I was just an average student. But I'm sure tuitions definitely have a wonderful impact on students who take it seriously. I was not one. So, how would you like to explain the importance of tuitions in today's world?
I went to tuitions primarily to hang out with my friends. I was not the studious kid everyone expects me to be. So I go there, have fun, talk with my friends, hang out with them after tuition. So I mean, I do study a bit sometimes along the way. So I lived very far from my school, so most of the tuitions were near my schools. So I take a share or two, go there, have some fun, go quite early, roam around the area, have some fun like that. So tuitions primarily did me no good in the academic wise, but I learned a lot of new things about. It was the first time I travel alone. Usually for school, I go in school bus, primarily like that. So first time I went alone. I mean, having some time for myself. Tuitions taught me that.
Yes, yes. Ruben, thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. Now, you see, at a particular age, all of us, I think when we enter our teenage, we are attracted to the opposite gender. So, for me, it was in the eighth class that I began to notice the boys in our bus. They were from another school. We were studying in a convent, and opposite the convent school, there was a boys' school. So, it was then that, okay, they also exist. Otherwise, we were in our own world as children. Now, I would like to ask you, at what age did you observe that yes, the opposite gender, I could talk to them, I could connect with them, or maybe I could have a friend, something like that? At what age did you become aware of the presence of the opposite gender as as a friend or maybe as a life partner?
Around sixth grade, I started talking with girls in my class and in my school bus, but I didn't have any friends till 10th grade. Around 10th grade, I think it was the time when COVID hit. So I had to be at home. That's when I opened my Instagram account. That's when I made friends chatting with friends and like so. That was the time period I made real friends. But till then, I used to talk with them for now and then and just say hi, hi. That's it. Till the 10th grade, I didn't have any major interaction with anyone. After 10th grade, I had some pretty intense interactions. I mean, serious things.
That's really nice. Thank you for being honest on that. We'll talk about love. Now, everyone would like to be loved and respected. Above love, respected in a relationship, any relationship, it could be either at home with our parents or with our partners, or it could be the workplace. The first thing is respect. So, what would you like to talk and share about your journey with regard to love combined with respect? With regard to the opposite gender, do you have a girlfriend? Like many of them would love to know. I mean, your friends, the people who know you, would love to know that. And of course, our viewers, when they view it, they would love to know, like, do you have somebody in life, or you say that can wait? I need to be a professional first.
Mm. I didn't wait for me to become a professional. I mean, I had a girlfriend. Now we are separated due to some reasons. So in the context of being loved, I mean, love is a great feeling everyone should experience, and everyone has a girlfriend in this age, so it's quite common. It's nothing which is surprising to hear. So more than being loved, I think being respected is more important because respect all automatically converts into love. So being loved without being respected sounds quite odd to me. So I prefer the latter over the love.
Excellent, excellent. I really like this wisdom which you have. Like, first you have to be respected and then you have to be loved. Like, love is not everything. They may love you, but they may treat you badly. And then
Yeah,
they say that they love you. That's not
yeah,
fair.
yeah, yeah. That's not fair.
That's really nice. And you've learned it at a very young age. I think all of the youngsters and everyone, irrespective of age, should understand that love is different and respect is different. You should really weigh them in the right way and give importance to the people who respect you and love you at the same time. That's really interesting to get to know about you. Now, if I may ask you, like, do you know how to cook? Because see, cooking is a life skill. Has your mama taught you how to cook, or YouTube has so many beautiful videos where we can learn how to cook?
I know how to cook like small recipes. I don't know how to prepare a full-fledged feast. I know how to cook for myself the things I like small things.
Could you mention what are those
Yeah,
small things?
I know how to prepare dosa, idli, noodles, and fried chicken. Make some chicken gravy like that. So things like that. I haven't yet learned to prepare the Indian dishes like rice, sambar, some rice or something like that. So I haven't learned that yet. I'm looking forward to learning that as soon as possible.
How sweet. That's really nice. Now you mentioned dosa and idli, right? So,
Yeah,
I mean, right from the start, how to put the proportion to soak it overnight or maybe to soak it for 5 or 6 hours and then grind it from that stage, you know it, or you just like putting it over the pan and, preparing a
mm,
dosha. How would you like to share that from your
I would be great if you give me dosa batter. I don't know
Oh,
how to the ratios of soaking it and doing that, grinding the batter. I'm not expert on that.
yes, I get that. I guess even batter is available now,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is a
it's available.
makes it much easier.
Yeah,
But always the home prepared one is much tastier compared to the one that we buy in the
sure,
market.
sure. Yes.
Yes, dear. Now, may I know what did you learn from your mother? I mean, you are close to your mom or dad. I don't know. You will share that now, who you are close to. And if you're close to either your mom or dad, what did you learn from them?
I'm close to my mom. My whole childhood, it's been me and my mom while my dad's away for work. And she taught me everything I know today from reading. When I was young, she used to read books for me. And then she's the reason I have a good handwriting. She taught me various languages, Tamil, English, Hindi, at a very young age. And she's the reason I'm at this stage in my life. She's taught me most of the things, how to behave politely, and table manners, how to use spoon, how to use fork, which hand to use, like that. Everything, how to dress, and even how to tie my shoelaces at a young age, like that. Yeah.
That's really nice. You give a lot of credit to your mother. That's really interesting. Now, I would like to bring a reality check in today's world. Like most of the boys and girls will be attached to their parents. I mean, it's usually like the boys are attached to their mothers and the girls are attached to their dads. This is a common trend that goes on. I mean, an understanding. Now, as the days go by, things begin to change. Now, as we don't have a girl sitting in front of us, we have with us Ruben. So I'm going to ask him a very tough question. Now, Ruben, as the days go by, you will definitely find a partner. You will get settled. When I say settle, you may get married and settle with a particular individual. What if she doesn't agree on certain terms or doesn't agree to stay and spend some time with your mom or doesn't allow you also to spend some time with your mom? Because now uh, it's changed the situation. Earlier, we used to bend down and we would bear in a lot of things. Like, nowadays
Mhm.
girls are a bit like different. They want things to be like they want more independence. They don't want any sort of interference either by their own parents or by their in-laws. So how would you deal with this situation if this was the case? Are you ready to face the situation in future?
I think I'm a pretty sensible person. I wouldn't choose someone who doesn't want to be with my family. If that's the case, down the line, after 4 or 5 years, first we may have to talk things through or do what's the right thing for my family at that time. If I have kids or if I have few kids, the right thing is to do is keep my family together. So at that time, I might have to take a different call rather than what I might take right now. So it depends on a lot of circumstances and it's subjective. So I think it's hard to answer right now without anything happening right now. So I would like things to go great for me, good for me, but if it doesn't, we'll have to see how to do things.
Very true. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing that. You've been very honest in sharing what you've shared just now, because we see the number of divorces, we see the number of murders by both these genders. A lot of is going on. It, I mean, earlier too, it was. It's not like earlier it didn't happen. Only thing, it wasn't reported earlier. Now, many of the murders are being reported, or the crime is being reported, because we have CCTV cameras and all kinds of electronic gadgets that could capture what's going on and what's not going on. So thank you so much for sharing that. Now I'd like to ask you, like, there are now, see, you see, Ruben, many of the young children of your age who are in their early 20s and their 30s, they don't want to get married at all. And even if they get married, they don't want to have children. This is a trend which I've seen lately. There are many people in my own family, the younger generation of your age, like 20s and in their early 30s or close to their 30s, they don't want to indulge in marriage or have children. Okay. But they are okay with the relationship, but they don't want to commit commitment. So how would you like to explain this? Why is this so? Are you aware of it? Or if you are aware of it, why is it so?
I think it's because much of the Western culture penetrating into Indian society. I mean, people are exposed to Western culture through Instagram, web series, and famous controversies of Hollywood celebrities, kind of thing. So that influences their thinking ability and it impacts their brain. So I think that might be one of the major reason. And it's also general globalization. So it might also be a cause for it. Mm, While talking about not getting married, it's because of I don't think I'm the right person to ask this because most of my friends aren't married and most of my friends aren't in this circle, and I can give you a better idea on why people are not willing to get committed into a relationship. Because to be honest, no one is doing truthful. Because if they say committed, people might get cheated and get hurt. Instead of getting hurt, they choose to stay in a non-committed relationship and have as much fun as possible without getting serious commitment or getting hurt. As far as I've seen, this is one of the major reasons. And due to various changes, I mean, people don't stay in a place forever. If you meet someone in your UG, they might be traveling somewhere else for their PG. If you meet someone in your postgraduate, and they might be traveling somewhere else for their work or something, no one is willing to sacrifice anything for one another. So when no one is putting as much as effort to stay together, so there's no reason for them to stay committed and develop a sense of real connection with each other rather than having fun.
Yes, I accept that and I agree with you on certain terms. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and views. Now, what I'd like to ask you is, like, you've decided earlier, you shared this with us, you've decided to go to a foreign country to complete your master's. Am I
Yeah,
right?
yes.
May I know which country have you chosen, or you still have to choose or select, I mean, the best country to go in for your master's?
I have chosen few countries and few business schools. The first among them is HEC Paris, which is in France, and my second school is ISADE Business School, Barcelona, Spain. I mean, they are the top business schools in Europe and in the world, and they have offer. I mean, they have to offer great things, and their programs are great, their faculties are great, and they don't have this traditional sense of postgraduate. Their course structure is quite different than which is in India. I like that very much. And their courses which they offer, which I generally would like to major in sustainability and international business, and they exactly have that. So I think it's a perfect fit for me.
Thank you so much, Ruben, for sharing all of that. Thank you very much. Ruben, let's talk about friendship. Friends mean the world to a few, and friends mean disaster to quite a few others. Like, to put it right, friends could make or break you. I'll put it very simple, in a simple term. Friends could make or break you. Friends are jealous. Not all the friends, some friends are jealous. They will not show it, but they will have it within their. Now, I'll not ask you who are the friends jealous of you. I would like to ask you openly, were you jealous of any friend at any given point of time? Or did you experience jealousy when you seen your friends thrive either in their personal or educational or professional pursuits?
I wasn't jealous of my friends particularly. I mean, I wouldn't term it as jealous. Like, I was really happy for them. And I don't think I'm quite jealous person to be precise. Like, nah, that's not me.
Okay, that's really a nice answer. Me, when I know I have a competitor in front of me, I will take the next route. I will give them that road. Like, you walk on that road, I will not disturb you. I will not come in contact with you. You thrive, allow me to thrive. I'll find a new road and move away. If I've and on this journey of the international fab talks, I've seen quite a few competitors who have begun the journey with me, and I've taken the next road. Let them try, let me try. So in that way, I eliminate the thought of competition and jealousy. And you have your own unique talent. I also have mine. So let's take different routes and be the very, very best in whatever we do. So I really like the way you put that. Now, if we talk about friendship, what is it that you've learned from your friends? Apart from all
I
the
learned
naughty
a
things,
lot of things
what
from
are
my
the best things
friends.
that you learned from your friend?
Yeah.
Apart from all the naughty things, what are the best things that you've learned from your friends, like sacrifice, forgiveness, such terms?
I learned a lot of things from my college friends, which they are the present friends. I learned how to let things go when things are not going your way. You should just stay silent and observe them, not to meddle with them and make the issues much worse. And even when we feel like we are drifting apart, we should make an effort to reach out to people and not let go of them, because nowadays it's very easy to let go of people in our life and never talk to them or meet them again. It's a rare thing when we find good friends and we should not let go of them. A lot of my friends have reached out to me when I have become distant or didn't talk to them as much, and I'm very grateful for them and grateful for that fact that they have reached out to me, and when I'm in tough times, they have been there with me, motivated me, and they always say that things will turn out good if I was in a tough place or something, and it did turn out good. And I spend a lot of time with my friends. I hang out with them. We go to movies. We talk over the phone for hours on end. So it's a great thing.
That's really interesting. Now, you've mentioned earlier, like, if, what I get to understand is you are the only child to your parents, right?
Yeah.
Are you happy being the only child, or do you miss a sibling in your life?
I was happy that I was the only child for a long time, but nowadays I miss that. I would sometimes think it would be great to have a sibling, but it's what it is. We can't change anything right now. So, but during my childhood, I was very happy as a single child. But now, when we mature and grow older, it's always nice to have someone at your back.
Very true. But you see, Satya, many of these siblings now, and earlier too, those who have siblings, they don't know the value of having them in their lives. Those who don't have siblings, they know having a sibling would have been really, really good. Now, there are siblings who are jealous. There are siblings who are selfish. There are siblings who do not care about the others in the family. They're about, like, self-centered, selfish, or wanting to go ahead, and not caring for their family members. If they have reached a certain point, they let the others, if I have done it, you too could do it. But when they say this, I have done it, you could do it, and the other one is struggling to come up, all five fingers are not the same. Maybe you were lucky, maybe you had the right kind of things, or everything fell in place for you at the right time, and so it happened. So what is there if you give a helping hand to your siblings to rise and shine? There are some siblings who I've noticed, they really love one another and help each other to, be on the same wavelength. Either it could be financially, it could be emotionally, etc. In different ways, they support their siblings. I have seen that from close quarters. I've also seen some siblings moving away from their loved ones and wanting a better life for themselves and neglecting their younger siblings or older siblings. What do you have to share about it? Have you seen this happening around you?
I might not have direct siblings, but I do have my cousins, my aunts, daughters, and sons, which I call them Anna and Akka. I mean, we are a very close family, and they are like siblings for me. I have two brothers and a sister.
That's great. That's really interesting. That's wonderful. Would you like to share something about grandparents? Have you been lucky to receive the love from grandparents?
Oh, no, no. I was not lucky enough to remember my grandparents, and they passed away at a very young age, and few passed away before my birth. So I don't have quite experience with grandparents. I wasn't lucky enough.
Yeah, I understand that. I get that. I was lucky enough only to have one grandparent's love. That is my paternal grandmother, my dad's mom. She gave us a lot of love and care, at least for around about, I was like 15 years when she passed away. So I, at least for those 15 years, I received her love and like her care, especially her cooking was very tasty. She was 83 and she would prepare good food. I really enjoyed that. Now, what I'd like to bring to your notice is now we'll deviate from the family and shift from emotions and come to crime. Lots of crime happening in Tamil Nadu, not only in Tamil Nadu, across India. Many students are unable to take the pressure personally. Either it could be from academics, from the school management, from their parents, or being bullied or troubled by their classmates. We've recently heard a lot of suicides and murders as well on campus. You being a student who just graduated, you might have seen how the student life is. Why do you think this is happening? Why students do not have control over their thought process? What will I get if I end my life? Why don't I face my perpetrators? Why don't I face the negative situations in my life? Because till your death, you're going to have a lot of negative situations, more of negative and less of positive. That is the truth of life. From experience, I share that. What about you?
I think it begins at your household and around the circumstances you grow up. I fortunately had a great childhood and great people around me who generally reassured me if anything goes wrong, they are there for me, and no matter what, they won't abandon me. So I think it begins at your household and your childhood, and generally it transfers to the environment which you're in. If we talk about college, I have been in a great place because I know most of my lecturers, most of my friends already beforehand going into the college, because my brother, one of my brothers studied there. My other brother works as a professor in my college. So I have been at a great place. So personally, I haven't had any bullying, or I haven't been around people who commit crimes. So I don't have much idea about it.
What I mean to say, Ruben, is you might have read in the newspapers or you might have heard it on television or on YouTube that this is what is happening on campuses and this is what is happening in so and so different parts of India. So I'm saying, like, when you view this and when you listen to the news or read it somewhere, how does that feel? Don't you ever, like, have you ever questioned yourself, like, why do people do this? What could I do to help such students? Have you thought this anytime? Or you and your friends, have you discussed this anytime?
Can you give some examples? Like,
Like you see,
for fun?
recently one girl jumped off the floor, third floor, I guess, of a school, maybe. Yes.
Mhm.
And in another case,
For which reason?
we don't know the reason. The reason hasn't been recently one, I guess, just about maybe 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago, maybe a week or two ago. And another girl, she immolated herself in front of the principal's office because they didn't sign her some files or something like that. For such things, people are taking away their lives, or maybe it could be a love failure, or it could be some teacher has tried to molest them or something. It could be n number of reasons that students decide to take away their lives on school or college campuses. The pressure of education or the pressure of studies, etc., marks, if I could put that right. So these are the examples.
I think a major reason is because they think people will judge them on only a single aspect. People will only love them if they got good marks, or people will love them if they only have a single great attribute. But I don't think they should be hanging on to that, because people love everyone based on a lot of things. Generally, I love my friends because they are funny, they are kind, and not because they are having good marks or good academics and like that, and because they have been there for me. And even if they lose something in their life, if they are affected in any way, I don't think that's going to change my view on them or my view on anyone in my life if they suffer something like that. So I think it's because they care more about how the world views them rather than how they view the world.
Yes, dear. Thank you for that lovely answer. Thank you so much. Do you love people to call you as Satya or Ruben?
My close friends and my family calls me Ruben, and others call me Satya.
That's really interesting.
So I prefer either way. I don't have a specific way for people to address me, but eventually my close friends and family call me Ruben.
That's really nice. Now, you see, when we talk about nicknames or when we talk about pet names, which we have when we are little kids, when we become adults, and then if the people who knew us when we were young begin to call us by our pet names or nicknames like that, it irritates me and it makes me angry. So it's good to call them with their official name. But then when we even put in a little request, you see, Satya, they will again constantly go on calling you with the same name. So have you faced this anytime, or maybe I don't know, you still have to see how it goes in future for you because you're just all of 20. So what do you have to say about this?
I think I like how people call me even with my nicknames. I think it's a cute thing. It's their way of expressing their love and affection, and I don't want to stand in the way. So I'm okay with however they wish to call me.
How sweet of you. That's really nice. I wish I had that type of thought process. That's wonderful. You've been speaking just a few minutes ago about judging. We have no right to judge others. This
Yeah.
is for true. Uh, no judging others. You don't know what the other person is suffering. You never know what the other person is going through. No speculations, no expectations, no assumptions. When you have these three out of your zone thought process, and then if you connect with people, definitely things work out. Now let's talk about judgment. Like, what do you have to say about judging people? See, what I mean to say is, like, you may be the prime minister or president of India or any other country, people will judge you. Even God is judged by a certain section of people. If you do good, they judge you. If you do bad, they judge you. No matter what, keep doing your work. That's what I follow. What do you have to say about it?
I think it's a great thing which you're saying, and I also think what you're thinking. We should just keep on doing our work and not judge anyone, because we never know what anyone's going through. I think we all are going through something. It's not like no one is not suffering. Everyone is suffering at any given point in life, and it's what it is. We can't change anything, so we should just try to live with it and not be harsh on others.
Wow, that's really nice. Not be harsh on others. You never know what's their story, what's the reality, or what is the process or the pain they are undergoing. They won't show it. They'll keep smiling out and they'll keep talking nicely, but inside they'll be, dying from within, suffering from within, to put it in the right way.
Yes.
Ruben, if given a chance to take up a class for students, and they say, yes, Ruben, we would love you to give a session to all the youngsters, to take up the chances that come your way, to inspire them, because I feel you're quite inspiring. You know your mind very well. You know how to talk, to put your thoughts in a very right way, compared to the most of the children like of your age. Like, they would like to have a lot of fun and they're not focused. What I could see in you is you're focused on your goal, or you're focused on doing something for yourself and your family. I could understand that. Now, I would like you to share something from your end.
You're asking what class I would like to take up for students.
Yeah,
Am
if
I
at all
right?
if we give you a
Yeah.
class, like, and say, take a session for them, a
I would
motivated
like to
class.
teach business correspondence to my students because I think it's one of the most important aspects in modern world. I think everything has become a business correspondence in any field, in any office, in any career path we choose. We come across business correspondence, and I think that session would be quite impactful for students and everyone.
Like, if you can just make it more clear to us, give us a little clarity on what is business correspondence, please.
Like simple things, how to send a mail to your superior, how to respond to anyone asking for certain things, like simple things. People just don't know these things, and it's very important things. And like I also consider this like table manners, like it's as important as everything. Like we should incorporate this at a very young age so people can be quite beneficial and quite experts in this in the future, and it will make things easier for everyone.
That's really interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that. Ruben, if given a chance to select either of the two, spend 1 month on an island alone, or spend it in a forest all alone for 30 days, you will be paid at the end of this task. And you have to note down all the things that happened with you, or what you observed on the island or either the forest. Which one would you select and why?
I'll select the island because I'm not very familiar with the forest environment. So I'll stick with the island. It sounds quite fun also and quite safe. I don't know what kind of diseases, animals, and insects are there in the island or in the forest. So a safe bet is to choose the island rather than the forest. So I'm happy with my choice in the island.
Oh, great. That's interesting. The best movie you watched till date, like, when you, because you mentioned you're going to select the island. So I watched a movie where a particular hero, I mean, the main person of the main character of the movie was lost on an island. There was a plane crash and he was dropped into the water, and he swam to an island and survived, something like that. If you were to talk about movies now, Ruben, what kind of movies interest you? Is it the romantic ones or the more serious ones?
I like serious ones. If you ask me the best movie I've seen recent times is Wolf of Wall Street by Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese. I like that movie very much.
Oh, that's interesting. What's the essence of the movie? Because I haven't heard of this earlier.
It's about the life of a investment banker, how he starts out as an innocent guy in the market and how money corrupts him, how he becomes a monster and how life treats him, and at end how all the experiences change him into a better person.
Excellent. You've shared that well. You've just mentioned a word in your speech just a few minutes ago, just few seconds ago. You mentioned something called as innocence. Innocence kills, as far as I
Yeah.
know from my personal experiences and from the experiences of many of the people who I've noticed around me. If you're innocent, it will kill you. It's better always to have some awareness with regard to whatever situation you are in or wherever you are going. Have some prior knowledge about XYZ, whatever it could be. Because now you have the access to technology, you have the access to AI, you have the access to everything in your hand at the fingertips. You can get help. Just don't be dumb and naive. Don't be innocent and say, I don't know. Enku theriyala. Enku theriyadu. Don't ever say that. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I do agree with you.
That's really nice. You would like to add something more to that?
No, I think you pretty much covered everything.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you so much. Now, you see, we give you a time machine in your hand and we ask you to click the red button that is visible over there and say, this is the question. Like, let me put it right. We give you a time machine in hand, ask you to click the red button. The task is to relive somebody's life in the past era and return back for 2 weeks. So, if this
Relive
was the
somebody's
case,
life.
yeah, if this was the
Okay.
case, whose life you would love to select a historical figure, which historical figure you would select, relive his or her life, and return back if there was a time machine in your hand?
Recently, I've been much interested into F1 and car racing, so I would like to be a racer like Michael Schumacher. I would like to live 2 weeks of his life, race cars, be happy, have fun in the parties, and then come back to my original life. I think that would be quite apt at this point in life for me. I think it also sounds quite fun. I've been much inspired by the F1 movie recently, so I would choose Michael Schumacher.
Excellent. That's really nice. Now I'll go off the topic and I'll ask you this. I usually don't ask this question. I haven't asked this question till date to anyone. I've completed around about 850 plus interviews. I haven't asked anyone about this. But let me try and ask this question. The first time on the International Fab Talks. What are your thoughts on politics and religion? Are you a progressive person or you have certain feeling towards religion or politics? And I mean, do you agree with those things or no? It's a big no.
I'm not very religious, but I'm very spiritual. I have strong belief in God. I don't practice religion. I mean, we have certain things we should do and we should not do. I don't practice Hindu. I'm a Hindu. My family is Hindu, so I don't practice religion, but I'm very spiritual. I believe there's God. I thank God for everything. I pray God. I pray to God, but I don't get into this religion as a whole, but I believe in God. While talking about politics, I haven't discussed politics much with anyone. I generally like to stay away from politics and everything, but I don't have any strong opinions. I just see what's right for me at that point in life when it comes to it. So let's see.
Mhm. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing that. Now, I'd like to talk about songs. Tamil Nadu has lots of nice, good songs. As a kid, I used to enjoy this, Rajnikant songs. I mean, like when I used to visit Tamil Nadu for vacation, we used to watch the Tamil movies, and I really liked the way Rajnikant used to sing and dance and all of that. So, a Rajnikant fan, not now, but earlier. I mean, as a youngster. Now, also, maybe I should not say that he's a fan of. I'm a fan of his, and like I'd like to ask you like about songs. What kind of songs do you like? If you could oblige to sing a song that is close to your heart and dedicate it to the person you love the most, if I'm not mistaken, it could be your mom or anybody else.
I'm not a great singer, but I'll share which songs I like. I like melody songs from A.R. Rahman, Anirudh, and the recent music artists. So I'm not going to sing a song because I'm not that good and I don't consider myself as a great singer. So yeah, I like to listen to songs at times, but I don't generally spend much time always wearing headphones and listening house on it. Sometimes when I'm feeling down or when I have spare time, I pop in my headphones and listen to one or two songs and then revert back to my life.
If I may pressurize you or make you, I mean, like try to request you to sing a song, a line or two.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Try,
I'm not that comfortable in singing songs.
try. Give it a
Mm,
try. See, you should take up the challenge because I
I'd
know
like to use the pass right now.
sing a
No,
song.
I'm not that
Any two
comfortable.
lines. Rendu line tha.
Oh,
Tamil
sure.
movie. I want it from a Tamil movie, because sounds good, interesting.
mm, I'm not sure about it. I don't think I'm very comfortable in singing. I think some other day, sometime later, maybe. Not today. Today's not. Actually, I'm having a bad throat. I'm actually sick for the past 2 days. I'm having a sore throat and cold. My voice might sound a bit congested right now. I'm gonna use that excuse for not singing a song right.
I can forgive you on that. Or maybe
Yeah.
I can let go of that request. But I'll put in another request. I would love you to share a nursery rhyme. Let me see if you can take this challenge. If you remember any of the nursery
Nursery
rhymes,
rhyme.
either
Hmm.
in Tamil or English.
Yeah. Ringa ringa roses, pocket full of roses, Hasha Busha all fell down. I know it's a very tragic rhyme about a disease, but it's quite astonishing that I know the backstory about this. So it's about a tragic disease called something, and all the children die at the end. All fell down means all die.
Okay, but if we could put it in a more positive way, like we all fall down and we all rise again. The more you fall down, like, I mean, let me put this for all of our viewers and for me also as well. The more you fall down, stumble upon different things, rise up again, keep rising up like a phoenix, never ever give up till your last breath. That's what I follow in my personal and professional life. What about you? What do you have to say about it?
I
About the
think
phoenix, like having the phoenix
yeah,
style, don't give up.
I think it's a great thing, and I also adhere to it. And even in my tough times when things didn't go the way I planned out, I I just started thinking about what else could I do. I mean, there's no benefit in sitting down and thinking how things could have gone different. The only way things could go different if you just put your action into it and you make things go different than rather dwelling on the past.
Excellent. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. As we come to the end of the session, before we come to the end of the session, is there anything else, Satyaruban, you would love to share? I didn't focus on that particular part because I had a very nice casual discussion with you. I was getting to understand you as a person. And I would love the youngsters to be like, Ruben, come out and speak your mind. And when you come, like when you were 50 and 60s, in your 50s and 60s, you could watch this video and say, that was the young me. And no, maybe I've transformed like this, or I am the same like this. You can document your journey with us on the International Fab Talks. That's really nice to have you, Ruben. Now, what I'd like to ask you towards the end is, do you have a message for all of us? If yes, what is the message and for whom it is in particular? Which group, age group?
It's for the youngsters my age, and I would like the youngsters to participate in a lot of competitions and put themselves out there and test them among their peers. I like personally myself, I generally participate in a lot of competitions. Over the past 2 years, I might have participated in around 20 to 25 competitions and won among literally 20 of them. You can see the trophies right here. I have 10 to 15 of them in my showcase like that. I like to participate in competitions and win, obviously. So it's a great way to test where you stand among your peers and do you need to improve or or you already among the best of the best. So it gives you a sense where you stand. So I think it's a wonderful thing for you to let yourself out in the wild and test yourself.
Wow, that's really nice. I mean, take part in all competitions. Don't be worried if you're going to win or lose. Just take part.
Yeah.
Participation is the key to success. So just try your luck. If you're lucky, you definitely will get. If not, keep trying and trying till you get. And if you don't get at all, just go up to this sports shop. I think, I don't know where they get these gifts. Buy one for yourself and keep it on your table. Make yourself happy. If nobody loves for you, nobody's clapping for you, you do it for yourself. And because you are also special. And of course, if anyone has to win, there'll be just one, two, and three winners, the first, second, and third, and of course, maybe a consolation prize. Thank you so much, Ruben, for your time. Before we end the session, I would like you to share another 5 minutes. We have a small segment called as the rapid fire round,
Okay.
where we will get to know about your likes and dislikes. Are you ready for
Okay.
it?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Thank you. You just have to answer in one word and select one. We'll just have 10 mini
Okay.
questions. So friends, if you like what we are doing on the International Fab Talks, connecting with all age groups, stay connected with us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share to the International Fab Talks. Encourage your children to speak like Satya Ruben. In fact, every child should be able to speak openly on the right kind of platforms, right? So it's time now for the rapid fire round. So Ruben, Is it ice cream or black coffee?
Ice cream.
Which
I don't drink coffee, tea, so I prefer ice cream.
Oh, cool. That's really nice. If it is ice cream, which flavor?
Chocolate.
That's great. Now, if at all you were given coconut water and thumbs up, what would you select?
Coconut water, because I like coconut water and it's much healthy. If coconut water not available, I'll be open to drinking thumbs up. I'm not I'm not against drinking thumbs up, Coke or Sprite. I also like that, but when both are present, I like to choose coconut water.
Yeah, I think in Tamil Nadu they call it as color, right?
Yeah,
I think in the bus stops and all of that, color, they say like that, no?
we
Understand?
used to call it, but now things have changed. People use Coke, Pepsi, or Sprite. Yeah,
So when I was a kid, when I used to travel there, they used to come with all those beautiful, bottles, and they keep selling like color, like, and I would be dying and requesting my family members to buy me one, and says that I could have. They would not buy because I may fall sick because I was not quite a healthy child. Okay, let's leave it at that. And the next question that comes up, like, is it mom or dad? Who's pet?
mom.
Now, when we talk about pets, now I come down to the real meaning of pets, like having a pet at home. Is it a cat or a dog or nothing at all? Because I see a picture of yours with a little dog
Where?
on your DP.
That's not a dog. That's a professional picture.
I don't know. I just seen a person with
Oh,
a little
in
animal.
my WhatsApp.
Yes.
It's a dog who
Is
I
it
met in
yours?
Hyderabad. It's not my dog.
But what, is that the person you? I mean, holding the dog
Yeah,
of
yeah, it's
you?
me. It's me.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, like, do you like pets?
Yeah, I had a dog when I was a child. It sadly passed away a few years ago, and I haven't had a pet ever since.
That's really nice. Now, if you were given a chance to choose, I mean, now we don't know what are the different technological innovations that are happening. We just know quite a few. There are several innovations going on and researches going on across the world. Now, if given a chance to choose to live on planet Earth or on some other planet, would you be ready to leave Earth and live on some other planet?
No,
Yes,
I'll
no.
choose Earth because other planets are as not as comfortable as Earth is. I mean, in future, if they make it at like Earth, I might be looking forward to moving on then.
Okay, that's really nice. Now, if given a chance to choose between colors, which is your favorite one?
I'll choose the lighter shades like white, light blue,
Anyone?
white.
Why?
Mm, Because in India, summer's very hot. It's much better to wear a white shirt rather than a black shirt, which I'm wearing right now. But if you wear white shirts and lighter colors, the sun might treat you a little bit well.
Very true. And I guess Tamil Nadu, I guess no, I'm sure 100%, 200% that Tamil Nadu is one of the hottest states in India and in the world, I guess. It is so hot and it's quite difficult for people who come from other states. They can't adjust to that climate, right? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite
And
fun.
yes. So as you've said, like I've worn a dark shirt, that is a black shirt, but I prefer white. Right? That's
Yeah.
really great. Independence Day coming very soon. So if you're given to choose, like either write an essay or give a speech on Independence Day, I mean, it's a competition, either a speech or write an essay. What would you love? Either speaking or writing.
I rather write an essay.
Why?
I have good writing
Writing.
skills. I have written lots of short stories, poems, essays over the period. I think I can outcompete everyone in an essay competition.
Oh, wow. You see, I put in a little challenge to you. I mean, put a challenge in front of you. We'd love you to write a letter to a sibling. Of course, you don't have a sibling of your own, you have cousins. Write a letter to your sibling. Imagine that you have a sibling, write a letter for Rakhi, that is Raksha
Okay.
Bandhan. Would you like to participate in it?
When? Right now?
Not now. I will send that flyer to you. I will send it to you.
Sure.
And I would love to see your handwriting because we have participants who have joined us for the Rakhi competition, which we have it online. You write a letter, handwritten letter to your sibling. Either it could be either of the
Okay.
genders, and prepare a handmade Rakhi and just take out a picture of the letter that you've written and the Rakhi as well and post it to our official number. And then we will
Sure.
give participation certificates
I'd
and
like to participate in that.
oh, sure. So nice. And I would love others also to join up and just take part in competitions. And if you have free competitions coming your way, definitely take it, my dear friends. And the last one is it cake or is it the Indian sweets that you love? Because cake is not from India, if I'm sure, not mistaken. Cake is, I think, some Western concept like having celebrating and cutting a cake and all. In India, we have wonderful sweets, different sweets. So if you're given a chance, cake in front of you and a plate full of Indian goodies, what would you choose?
I only like few of the Indian sweets. If it is generalized, I might choose cake over Indian sweets.
Wow, that's really nice. Okay. The last request is give a message to your mom. Today, you are speaking on the International Fab Talks. What is your message to your mom? If you are able to speak so intelligently today and take up all different types of questions, the right, straight, and the crooked questions that I asked you, you were so polite and you were so, brave enough to face all the questions that I posed. Like you have to give that, respect and you said you're grateful. Now in what way would you like to give the last message to your mom on the International Fab Talks before we sum up? A
Um,
message from Satyaruban to your mom. Over to you.
I'd like to thank her for first of all, and then I like to just tell her she need not worry about me because I have attained a state of maturity where I can take care of myself and take care of her, so she can just relax and just do what she likes.
I love this answer. That's really nice. I think every youngster should say this to make their mother and father proud. No matter which parent you are close to, this is what you have to say. I can take care of myself. Don't be worried about me. And it's time for you to relax, and I will take over it. I mean, every mother and father would love to hear this. Hear this. You make me emotional. I really, because I have two sons and I can understand what you've shared. That's really, really nice. Towards the end, we would request you to give us 3 gifts. Would you agree?
Mhm. What
Would
kind
you?
of gifts?
That's a secret.
Okay.
Would you agree or not?
Yeah, I would agree.
How sweet. That's really nice because you trust me and that's why you said yes. We'd love you to give us 3 words that come to your mind. The first 3 positive words that come to your mind now as a gift to the International Fab Talk team and all our viewers.
Positive words.
The first 3 positive words.
First of all, I'm grateful, I'm happy, and motivated. These 3 words are quite great, I guess.
That's really nice. Grateful, happy, and motivated. These are the 3 keywords shared by our celebrity guest as a gift for the International Fab Talks and, of course, our viewers. Always stay happy and be grateful for all that you have and be motivated till the last breath. Thank you so much, Ruben. Looking forward to many more interactions. Lots of love to you and your family members, your friends, and to everyone who come in contact with you. Thank you so much. Nandri.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, dear. So, dear friends, with this, we come to an end now to the International Fab Talks for today. I had a very interesting session, a lively session with none other than Satya Ruben. I would like you to be brave and courageous, just like this young gentleman. Take care of your parent, whichever parent was very close to you and has given you his or her entire time and energy, give it back to them in the right way. Support your parents and don't neglect them. With this, we'd like to sign off now from the International Fab Talks. Stay connected and stay blessed. Thank you so much, Ruben. Stay connected with us, support us, like, comment, subscribe, and share to the International Fab Talks. Prioritize peace.